A nightmare tenant left a property in a horrific state with holes in the walls and floors and rotting food strewn about, yet the landlord was still forced to pay them to leave. Gill Hyland, 55, had not received any rent for 9 months from her tenant at her property in Hull. When she went inside the 2-bed terraced home, she found holes in the walls and floors, food waste, and rubbish left rotting. But to her surprise, she had to pay the tenants £300 to leave, Hull Live reports. Gill said she has been left out of pocket in her nightmare fight to move the tenants out of the property. "I was told by the tenant that she had housing benefit that would pay me, but it turns out she wasn't entitled to it, so I haven't had a penny since she moved in," Gill said. "The damage is hard to take. It will cost me thousands. It's hard to put a price on it, to be honest." Gill, who lives with her husband, says she will now sell the rental property and another flat because she just can't take it anymore. Her nightmare tenants first moved into the property last July. But after they failed to pay the £400 in rent a month, they barricaded themselves inside, she said. It was not until February that Gill was eventually able to remove them. She also alleged the tenant had also sold the property's furniture. "I'm too nice, and I want to see the good in people. You try and help people, but then they do that to you." Landlords get a really harsh deal, but the tenant doesn't always look after the landlord, and you have to go to court to get them out. "We've been forced to sell all our rented properties because of this sole reason." When she finally had undertaken the controversial cash for keys deal with her nightmare tenants who had also been allegedly subletting one of the rooms to friends, the truth of the abhorrent damage unraveled. Holes in the walls and floors were the least of Gill's worries, as the tenants had somehow managed to even break the boiler, which needed replacing at a cost of £1,700. But the worst part was the horrendous smell and state of the property, which had rubbish strewn across the kitchen and bedrooms. Gill said, "Upstairs there was rubbish all over the place, and I had to pay to take all the rubbish, and environmental health has been on our backs, so we had to clear it up." She said she hopes to sell the property quickly so she can move on with her life. Read more top news stories from Mirror Online.